No, I feel you.
We good? Okay, here we go. Hofstra's coach, Krista Kilburn-Steveskey. Hofstra is expected to be among the contenders for the CAA title this season. What are the goals and expectations for you and the Pride this year?
I tell you what, it's a good group. You know, we've had 4 WNIT bids, in the last few years, so we certainly are looking for that NCAA bid and playing in that CAA final game for the championship, and that's constantly going to be our goals. But I think we're going to break it up in pieces with a good mix of veteran players and then a strong freshman class. But we're definitely got our eyes shooting high for the prize there.
Two-time All-American Shante Evans has developed into one of the top all-around players in the CAA. 19 points, 10 rebounds a game last year. Talk about her growth and what she has brought to the program.
I tell you, she obviously is our first All-American for women's basketball at Hofstra. Her consistent play, I think when you start reflecting on what she has brought night after night since her freshman year, averaging a double-double, and having somebody you can count on consistently like that, and having your best player to be a person that is not needy. There's so many positive things to say about Shante, but one of the things I can tell you is that she's turned into a woman now amongst girls on the floor, and there's not anyone that can really contend with her on the floor. So to see her growth and her development and her foresight too, obviously we're hoping for big things out of her this year, and then a chance to possibly go in that WNBA draft. So she's very focused for the season and leading the way in a leadership position as well.
Candace led the league in steals with nearly 3 thefts per game last season. What makes her so strong as a defensive player?
She has obviously an instinctive ability to the basketball. It's amazing to watch. Just watching practice film, and she's just always in the right spot. You have a knack for that, obviously, as an athlete, and her athleticism, but I certainly got to tell you, she is always in the gym. She's my kid that comes up 2 balls in her hand. She's practiced in the off season. She has worked very hard. Out of high school, she only averaged 5 points a game out of high school, was a good defender in high school, and now she's obviously been starting 3 of her years here at Hofstra, and is probably one of the most hardest working player on the team. So it's exciting to coach a kid like her. Yeah.
The Pride graduated guards, Candace and Nicole Caperso. Which players do you expect to play key roles in this Hofstra backcourt?
This is the fun part. They always talk about coaching college basketball, why you do it. Every year is different from different, and it's early, but we've practiced since October the 2nd. To see how different we are as a team already, to have such a blend of massively skilled players and athleticism at the same time is a lot of fun. So I think you're going to see a lot of people on given nights be able to help out. The 2 that stand out are the returnees. Like Annie Payton is a kid that has not been on the page to anyone. If she continues like she has done in this offseason and what she's doing in practice, she's going to be pushing obviously for minutes. And then Anma Nyuku is a junior now out of Fayetteville, Georgia, a kid that has a ton of potential, who played overseas this summer, has developed a lot of confidence. So those 2 players stand out immediately. And then of course our 5 incoming freshmen. There's some special kids among those groups that are going to be finding some playing time early.
Hofstra was one of 6 CAA teams that advanced to the postseason play last year. Not news to you, of course, but how challenging is it becoming to compete in this league, and the CAA's reputation, is it growing nationally?
Well, we've gained national relevance for sure as a conference, and it's due to the coaches and the recruiting, the types of players we're bringing in. Who are we recruiting? We're competing with the top BCS schools, all of us, whether it's Delaware, whether it's JMU with Kenny Brooks, and we're landing those players. Our recruiting group for the 5 kids that we had this year were the 50th best recruiting class in the nation. I mean, that's obviously the conference that we're recruiting these kids into. So, it's tough, and the parity in this league is crazy because all these coaches are working very hard and getting top quality kids in our league. So, it's exciting. It's never a day off. As great as we did in the non-conference last year, you're preparing for the CAA conference, which is a bear. And as you know from scheduling, we're going to have some tough stretches in February, this year. So it's only the strong's going to survive this one. But it's fun. It makes it exciting. It makes every Sunday and Thursday game and a few Tuesdays, I think, this is coming up here, going to be really challenging.
All right, Coach. Krista Kilburn-Steveskey of the Pride of Hofstra. Thank you.